Now, Yudu gang, they found members of NFT, and speaking of which, Lynx will find the kill first, but that doesn't matter though. Look at where Cole is. He knows that there's Yudu gang nearby. I'm not too sure if they actually spot on Cole, but look at how professionally like Yudu gang is just taking out this compound. They are going from wall to wall, from hut to hut, making sure that the entire area is clear.
That's right, they're just storming right in, and now he might just be able to do this, and that will be him getting that kill secured in the back for Yudu gang.
Yeah, on the other side, we've got Liquid as well. Unfortunate timing for NFT, losing 2 members earlier on and eventually losing our Cole as well. That's going to be Liquid all by himself for the rest of the match. Meanwhile, we see Chopper from FFQ. They are at the bottom of this here and just slightly outside the circle. I mean, we raved about them. I just want to see them get a chicken dinner for once.
Yeah.
I want it to happen.
I'm pretty sure one of these it will happen eventually with their sort of effort that they've been putting in. But there's a lot of snakes in the grass inside of Sanhok. Well, we saw Cole, of course, getting spotted out, and Yudu were like, okay, well, here comes the pest control. But for the side of you, well, the Dragons doesn't seem to be able to actually spot out Chopper on the back, but here comes a little bit trading in between their way. Bonk already taking a little damage, and he's hiding behind the rock.
Oh, all the way from across. You look at the FFQ is actually split into half, and you might consider this an advantage that FFQ have, but look at what Ryu's doing. They are keeping it so compact, and it's only early in the game. So FFQ, they don't have too much to work with, and now they know they've managed to knock F1 down. They are on the run. Ryu, they're trying to spot out Baki as well. They're going up ahead. Baki?
Oh my, Baki already getting that advantage there. Going to go in to knock out Bonk over on the other corner. He's got that 6 times UMP already getting that kill being secured. And over the back, Alex gets one over on the eye. Epicor is trying to figure out where exactly all these members are coming from because FFQ are on every single corner of the map.
God, but he finally spots out Chopper. That's going to be him stuck behind that tree. This is a rough fight for both of them. And talk about a rough circle. Both of them getting caught outside the circle itself. I keep saying circle because there's just so many of it. There's so many circles.
Oh, yeah. Look into the map. Oh, there's a little bit of a nade getting pushed out. I feel like the FFQ still have a little bit more time. But over on the southern side, we've already seen some teams already making their way in. And Ryu, they could actually opt out to actually get themselves in towards different sort of covers. But FFQ, they are trying to go on the hunt as well.
Yeah, smart call coming out from FFQ. Look at that. They're making it for the exit. They know their team is split into half. And the moment they manage to rescue F1, they call it out. They know they're on the back foot. And they tell themselves, we don't have to take the fight now. It's still early in the game. Let's just back the heck out of it.
Yeah, it's just going to be pretty much a little bit of a standstill as well between Team Secret as well as Lynx. We've seen one member getting knocked out, and I think it was Alex earlier on. And look at the damage is being done there by Snowlinks of Thailand. They already have a lot of vision towards this north side of boot camp, and they're just holding them at that sort of the same spot for the longest time.
I like Team Secret. They are performing pretty well in this competition. We talk about them playing 2-2. But coming to day number 6, it looks like they switched it up.
Yeah.
They are sticking as a 4. They're making sure that, they travel as a gang. And I think it's going to be interesting because, when you see teams play 2 really drastic types of strategy, sometimes it can go either way. You go either really well, you pick up a lot of points, or it can be a complete disaster. And so far, it's been working out for Team Secret. We talked about them getting those positioning points, and I think they know that this is the final day. They want to secure it on the high.
No, I would definitely agree. You want to be that top team from Malaysia to plant your feet in. Well, let's not go into more team songs of popular culture references.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, well, I go there.
I struck a nerve yesterday, by the way.
Oh, you talked about your collection being stolen by a cousin at backstage.
Oh. Was that?
Yeah, you talked about your cards getting stolen.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I love those trading card games back in the days, but that really broke my heart when I was just a kid.
Hey, I'm here for you, buddy. I know how it feels to have something stolen from you. And speaking about stolen, Illuminate the Murder, remember back in the Rango, they actually had the first place stolen right under their nose. They took out 2 members of RQ, but they lost 2 of their own early into the fight as well.
Yeah, I would definitely remember that moment. It was that situation. They just felt so defeated after getting that one snatched away. But Not sure how would that link up to my childhood though, but
Getting
I'm
things
a
stolen
grown-up.
from you.
I
You can take
the
one.
hit.
Yeah, you're a big boy. I know. I'm here for you. All right.
Yeah.
And
So is the boys of the Eliminated Murder Squad. Of course, Amjong still pretty young and pretty
Chopper.
much one of the best players we've seen. But looking at the side of Mega Conquerors, they need to fight against FFQ just like they did in the first round. Here comes the straight out right across the wall, and it might just be stolen. Getting a little bit of that advantage because of the peak, but Chopper getting a little bit wrap around. And he's going for the push there, getting a little bit of pre-fire once more, going for the reload and stole. Oh my goodness, the circle's closing in, and here comes Online 24 closing in from the back as well. He's gonna go for the straight out, and oh my goodness me, Chopper. I guess he just hang on for way too long.
Yeah, rough exit for him as well, the player of FFQ, Tina. End of the day, we saw how quick Mega Conqueror actually came in to support Stone as well. He was just playing this one out. He wasn't really climbing over the half wall, just making sure that he's trapping that member of FFQ down into place. And, I mean, take it from the best. This is how you actually take team fights, because you don't have to put yourselves too wide in the open. And speaking of a wide open, look at this. We've got Jasper. He's up at the top of the hill. We've got Team Secret as well. Potato. He sees him, but he's not willing to reveal his position.
That's right. And Jasper,
that's
one
the
tap, two taps. Potato with that accuracy, just hitting that body oasis. And my, oh my, this boy's dangerous with that M4, and this circle's closing in between the river, so that's a little bit of unplayable area, but Yudu Gang has not cut across. There's so many of these teams over on towards the eastern side.
And look at where it is. You talked about the Medusa hit as well. You've got a total of 3 crossroads smack right in the middle of it. And Snowflakes, they might just find themselves in a really good spot once again, because they don't have to go downhill. They've got a really good bird's eye view of the entire thing. The only thing I don't like about how they are putting themselves in those situations is that they are spread out way too apart.
That's right.
So it can be a double-edged sword.
It is definitely a double-edged sword, and you know, it really depends on how the RNG is gonna go. Sometimes it's gonna smack into places where nobody belongs. Imagine it's that one dot of the island in between the river, then it's gonna be such a hard time for everybody. But possibility is like 0.099%.
Hey, don't
still there.
Don't
But
count it out.
non-existent.
It might just happen. And now we're gonna see Netbacko on the run as for now. We got RRQ all the way up here. We've got Senior, we've got G9, we've got Ernie as well, just making sure that every single one at the bottom of this hill is gonna take a bit of fire.
Yeah, and speaking of fire, there RRQ Athena already securing 1 kill towards Papa Esports. Then Papa, I realized that you really love to actually shout out Papa. It's so
it
catchy,
sounds
like,
good. It feels,
oh, daddy.
doesn't it feel good to shout
Oh,
Papa?
there we go.
And speaking of which, we got RRQ getting a snipe from afar as well. They managed to knock down, but Ernie will take 1 for the team as well. That's going to reveal the position of Ryu. And you've got Mega Conquer. Once again, they smell it. They're a bit late to the party, but better late than never.
I would definitely agree with that. Well, FFQ, they are taking in towards those compounds. Nepako, I don't think anyone's going to save him from there. So, he's a goner, definitely a goner. Well, on the top side, we have Mega Conquerors as well.
I told you, spreading your team a little bit too far apart, especially across crossroads, it's going to be a double-edged sword. On one end, you've got Ryu, they've got eyes on RQ, but when you've got a player like Nepeko that's knocked down in a tough spot, how are you going to save him? You have no way, because there's so much open spaces that you have to close him down. Raw-Fi slowly creeping in. On the other side, we got Ryu on drone as well.
Oh, there goes Manpar over on the seaside there, as we see Julie trying his best with the 4x M4, but he's not really getting all too much of that. But Manparang, he's lucky that this is that sort of the corner of the shore that he will not drown out ASAP, but it's really hard to even save him because the rest of Superstars, they're on top of that hill, and now there's a little bit of trading right in between the way. I'm not too sure who are they fighting up against, but Leonex already getting a little bit damaged there. Mamparong is like using a little bit of that scuba diving mask to get himself a little bit of that air.
Yeah, he's gonna come up for air sooner or later, and they're gonna find that kill. Now you're gonna see Gig get knocked down as well. Yudu Gang definitely not in the spot that they want to find themselves in, and Sinbi with the snipe all the way from afar, gonna be able to knock him down the water. This is bad for Yudu Gang.
Oh my, and definitely EVOS boys are definitely happy with that because they were in bootcamp for the longest time and now they're behind the heels of bootcamp where every other team needs to push upon them and they are at the center of attention, but looks like Team Secret here are just trying to keep everyone else at bay, literally.
I want to feel happy for Superstar because they've got the circle locked, but then again, they're taking so much fire. Meanwhile, we've got Team Secret. We talked about them coming as a team of 4, and they're forcing Purple Moon into the hut where Snowlings are. And that's going to take out SYX. I mean, Team Secret, they set off a chain of events that Snowlings definitely did not hope for.
And here comes Pew Pew. He needs one nade inside, and that might just be able to push away the rest of the members of Purple Moon. They're getting ready for this fight here. He pushes right into the house, looking for his raid out, and Pew Pew, captain of Team Secret, will be able to fight every single one. And gets a little cover there, but Dapper is the only one left alive, and Team Secret walks away with a total of 8 kills.
The Swags have appeared. And they managed to pick out 3 kills.
They got that label champion right there for a reason, and now we're looking at Ryu hunting down the members, Mega Conquerors, storming them out, and the Dragons are on fire as Warren tries to go in for a kill secure, trying to run all the way in, but that's definitely gonna tickle his health for a little bit more. He needs to heal up, but he's behind that rock.
He's hiding at the bottom of the hill. Mega Conqueror once again finding themselves pinned down in the middle of that lake. And you've got NFT Liquid on the other side of the circle. Meanwhile, we've got Hazel right here. He's being surrounded by members of Aerof. Putra, they know that someone's inside, but they are still taking their time. Meanwhile, we've got Online 24 gonna bleed out to the circle right there. Hazel, he tries to jump right out and right into Putra's path. And that's gonna be Snowlings knocked out in 15th place.
That's a point-blank spray coming from Putra to secure that kill, and this is already 2 teams saying goodbye inside of the rounds of Sanhok right here, and seems like Superstar is still taking a deep dive.
Yeah, I told you, I want to feel happy for them, but once again, finding themselves in a really bad rotation. They've got a long swim to complete for Julie and then Hyuga. They still haven't got the compound cleared, and little do they know, Amplify, they are going to run straight into them when they try to take that compound. Superstars.
Well, Superstar is definitely
gonna
be, struggling right there. Even Illuj trying to climb up the hill after a long swim. It feels like he's the Iron Man, just trying to finish off this marathon. And Jake C will be able to clip one member off of the side of Amplify. But here comes Aerof as well, taking down members of CG.
Crucial Gaming, they have been hiding here for the longest of time, and now they managed to pick off a couple of members of the opposition on this top of the hill. Look at that, the circle is going to close down slightly south of Paradise, and you've got this long windy road just cutting through the middle of the circle. How are these teams going to react to this?
Well, how Illuminate as well as EVOS is reacting is that they're just laughing their way to the bank because why? There's so many of these guys struggling out, but they are all safe, and now Aerof slowly putting in, trying to get off Cheeky. Both sides trying to duke it all out. Eon's lobbing the nades. Oh, connects!
Ooh.
And will be able to secure the kill towards the side of Smoky. But it's not Eon, though. That's a headshot straight in the face as Putra goes in yet again, secures that kill, going in for that merry-go-round before they end this one.
Smokey, he drew all the attention away from CG, and when the moment was right, Putra, he tanked the circle for so long, and when he stood up, he made sure those shots count. And now they are pushing in. Empty gonna be having one member still alive, but on the other side we've got a fight as well. Putra, we talk about him tanking the circle, and now his one goes in, and now we got Empty as well. He's keeping gun, and he will take down Empty. Aerof, tough fight, but you are out. Meanwhile, we've got EVOS on the other side of the hill, fighting against Team Secret. They want to make their way into the circle, but EVOS, they are standing guard, and they are not willing to give up their side of the hill.
EVOS definitely guarding the south side here. As you see FFQ, RRQ, all by the corners. Liquid already tanking the circle by the edge there, and G9 already getting a heavy fire towards his side. The members of Superstars are dropping out pretty early, but Team Secret's on the board as well. A lot of all these kills in the back. Senior goes in, finds Bamba.
Oh, the spray!
Foxy!
Foxy with the spray coming in with the M4 as well. Level 3 helmet, level 3 backpack, level 3 armor. I mean, EVOS are one lucky team. I mean,
they are stacked.
They are from top to toe as well. And now Foxy's going to pick up the kills that he managed to knock off Amplify. And Pure Skills, they came in a little bit too late. I talked of them. They were like a lost child looking for a home to house themselves in. And once again, the circle gonna force all these teams into the open area. And man, EVOS, we saw them did it the first time, or the first game, and they are trying to do it again.
Yeah, and now EVOS Esports, they all spread it out 2-2 as well. Junket on the lower side, Aro soaking a little bit of taps, but Jixie finds members right across that corner, and now Bucky's gonna go in for that push up the hill, so he might just bump in towards the rest of the members of EVOS. Superstars will be out of the game. Now there's only 6 more teams, and here comes Aro, and they managed to find Arm Jones as he tries to rotate around, tries to flank Aro, but that is to no avail.
Illuminate the murder. They've got this long, windy road that I talked about cutting across the circle. They need to get to higher ground, but this is Aro. We talked about his grenade, and EVOS, they're putting it to good use once again. They're going to smoke up the entire area, and into the cook it goes. It might be able to pick up a double kill as well. That's going to Foley is not being able to find enough kills, but Dali will secure the kill onto G9. Meanwhile, the grenade from Aro comes out once again. It's going to get 2 kills for him, and they are wiping out members of FFQ on the other side of the queue as well. EVOS, they want every single kill available, and they are getting good.
That's right, and Jughead having those bullets sent in towards the windows there. He has to fall back a little bit more, but Jixie got the bird's eye view over on the side of Illuminated Murder as the circle closes in. 5 more teams left alive, and here comes Ernie, secures a kill, and there goes members of FFQ, only having F1. He can't sprint anywhere, as he just have to camp out behind that stone. But Martin, though, he's getting sniped away.
I mean, they don't have much space to work with Illuminate Murder. If they want to go into hard, they have to push on south onto the blue. But RRQ, they're keeping eyes onto Illuminate Murder. They can't afford any mistake now. They've only got a small rock to play with. And look at EVOS. They will be the first ones to rotate. They're going to bump into members of FFQ. We've still got F1 up and running, but they are being a cautious team. Look at that. Molly on the outside as well to cut off the escape from Illuminate Murder. And, whoa, it seems like EVOS can you hear me? They know that the circle has been closing in, and now they're gonna push out members of RRQ. Oh, F1, the sneaky bunch, but Martin will get spotted out by Jaxie as well. They are picking this team left, right, and center. And EVOS, they've got eyes on where Senior is. Will they get the snipe off though?
It's gonna be an absolute control and dominance from the side of EVOS Esports. F1 tries a desperate attempt, takes out one member off of RRQ and Tina, but F1 will be taken down by Oro instead. So EVOS Esports will be wiping the floor.
Oh,
and they're away! What?
They spray with the HG as well! He's getting all the skills, and now he's pushing up the up. He's managed to knock down 2 members of EVOS. Meanwhile, you've got them firing back. Jughead, he's at the back, he's protecting the rear of EVOS. But sooner or later, as G9 starts to bleed out, D2E is securing those knockdowns, and they are playing a very, very risky game. You've got G9 trying to heal out the circle, and you've got D2E pushing up you.
And G9 gets knocked out there. It's only D2E left, and Maptoy over on the other end as well. And Jixie's holding down the Molotov. They want to drop it right in front of D2E, but he's healing himself up. But here comes the rest of the members. EVOS, 4-man strong. This might just be a 2 in a row. Unless something tragic really happens, then that will be a really huge turn of events. But Matoy still trying to gas for those air, and he still have a solid chance into his top 2.
I mean, honestly, this is only they're going to spot out Matoy as well. But D2E, he will spot the running member of EVOS. He managed to knock down Foxy, but they're going to draw all the attention, and EVOS is going to flush him out. They take him out, and Matoy has managed to sneak his way into the top 2. But it must take a miracle for him to win this match. He spots out Oro. Oro sees him in the grass. Where he start firing though. No, this doesn't spot him. He managed to knock down Oro. Can he get another kill? No, he doesn't. And EVOS, for the 2nd time on the row, will get the chicken.
Well, winner, chicken dinner, and no way to go.